Hello, in this True to the Game video, I'm going to be talking about open versus closed character creation. Now what I mean by that is at the start of your game, of course, all the players make characters. Now there's two real main ways, I suppose, to do this. You can have everybody sit down at the table together and point by out or roll out, however you do that, to generate their characters. They can talk things over. If they have a lot of cohesion, they might build a party that works better together, and that has its ups and downs as well. But the other option is closed. Now this is what I like to do when I'm a player, even if everyone else wants the open, and it's what I like to do as a game master. I do not like people knowing anything other than what they should know about someone else's character. I think that it does a great disservice to the game master, because it's one more thing that the players will sit at around the table or in on the den, on the couches, however you game. They're going to sit around and they're going to wonder, gosh, what is Kevin playing? What class or classes does he have? What skill points does he possess? What sort of supernatural is he? What various strengths does he have that he's holding back to reveal at the right moment? What sort of merits does he have? You know, that's all depending on your game system. But basically, that level and element of mystery that is there, and as a game master, getting the players provoked mentally to engage in your game is one of the things you really want to do. And this automatically does it for you. The majority of your players, if they're anything like mine, can't stand not to know what the other people are playing. Now they're just looking around, trying to figure everything out. And I like to do that too. I like to figure out what people are. I do not like to know any out of character information other than what I need to know to sell. I want to know, and I let my players tell us, what's your charisma score? Okay, that character is probably going to hold, captivate my interest more, so I can role play out that better. What's your diplomacy? If you're lying to me, okay, what's your bluff? Oh, that's really high. I'll just follow right along with you. I'm not myself big on character protecting. If you if you have something cool and can pull the wool over my eyes, I'll follow you around with it until it falls off. So with not having the characters known, there's all this extra intrigue and excitement and mystery completely interjected in your game that you, as a game master, didn't have to do anything other than tell them not to talk and hope that at least most of them don't, and know that a few of them will probably lie about what they're doing to the other players. Just for the enjoyment of that, I guess. I don't know. Everyone in my gaming group, and my gaming group, it's not always the same people in every game, but there's probably about 40 strong. There are a lot of different people we have to call on, and that's really, the group. I mean, I can go a little further outside of that and recruit in even more people if there's a need. And I like to change it up. I don't like to always have the same people in games. I think, a lot of my friends will say, we want to have a different mix, so they don't have that sort of repetitive stagnancy that you get with a group that is maybe the same 4 or 5, 6 players continuously, and that play style gets too solid. When you throw that new blood in there, you can have a different mix. But these two gaming styles, in terms of character creation, I find to be the most prevalent. Unless a game master absolutely orders me to, I will never tell anyone anything other than the very basics about my character. Out of character, I'll give you a character description. I always get pictures from my character saying that's what it looks like. Make of that what you will. You're gonna see that immediately as soon as you see him anyway. So what difference does that make? But I like to talk with the game master as well. So so that they're not going to create something that completely steps on my toes. But as a game master, when I have that closed creation, so that I don't end up with 3 of the same character, I'm very conservative with allowing people to do things that are too similar to what someone else does. I don't want 2 dwarven fighters with axes and chainmail that they're going to be almost irrelevant. I remember one of the things I really didn't like with Tolkien, there were so many dwarves and I just couldn't keep them straight when I read it. I can't remember them. That was so uninteresting to me. I did not like that, and I don't like to see a party where the characters are too similar, So I like to make sure that they're different, and I really have no preference. It's absolutely whoever in the game ends up getting to me first with what they have, and I like to have a signature weapon. I like to exclude those from other. I don't want to have the overlap there. Very specific things like I mean, maybe you could have two dwarven barbarians. If both of them came to me and presented their characters so differently, that I'm like, oh, that could be interesting. I like the dynamic there. But if I think they're just gonna step on each other's toes, I'll just tell one of them, we can't do that. Or if there's too much similarity in the way that feats are being used by players, particularly if it's a feat that one character really needs for his gimmick, and it's just something kind of superfluous for another character, I'll work that out. And you have to do things like that as a game master to avoid the problems of spotlighting, which we'll talk about in another video. If you are going to not allow them to discuss with each other, you definitely have to tell people no, or end up with a party where they might not work well together because they're too similar in ways, or too vastly different, and they end up either stepping on each other's toes, or you end up with inner party conflict. So that is a definite portion of that. So I'd be kind of interested to hear what you do in your games as game masters or as players. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to have people knowing what you're playing ahead of time, or you like me and like to have that mystery and element and not have people know what you're doing? And for me, I'll actually never discuss my characters ever out of character with people. It could be 10 years afterwards. I really won't tell them what I'm doing with that character, or give too many details. Even here on YouTube, it seems kind of it's hard for me to come up with that. I do like to be very secretive there, and keep as much to myself there as possible. But for you, where's your comfort level? What do you prefer? Which game style appeals to you more? Do you particularly dislike one of them? And just tell me